Hello and welcome to the Creative Real Estate Investing Frequently Asked Questions video series. My name is Jason Bowman from Real Estate Investing Monthly, online at reimonthly.com. Today's question is, how can I invest in real estate when I don't have any money? This is a really common concern that I used to have when I first started investing in real estate. As a matter of fact, it kind of became an inside joke between myself and my mentor, James Orr, at his full-day seminars and during our CD recording times. It was such a hard thing for me to wrap my brain around, was this big concept of how do I invest in real estate when I don't have any money? Or if all my money is tied up and I want to continue to acquire properties, but like I said, my money's tied up, and so how do I get access to other people's money or other sources of money in order to invest in real estate? Now, there's a whole lot of ways to invest in real estate without using your own money, or when you don't have money, or when your credit is poor. So anybody can be involved in real estate investing, even regardless of their financial situation. What I'm going to outline here are just a big picture overview of several of the ways in order to accomplish this. So number one is wholesaling. Wholesaling is a really interesting way of being involved in the real estate investing world. Here's how wholesaling works. You go through all the steps that you would normally take in order to find a deal, okay? And then you put that deal under contract, or you take out an option on the house. Then you find another real estate investor that wants to complete the transaction, and basically you sell them the contract, and they give you a fee for doing so. The fee can be a significant amount of money, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 pretty easily. And the interesting thing is that you never take title to the property. You don't have to worry about any of the management. All you had to do was find the motivated seller and take out a contract to buy the property, and then you have a clause in your contract that allows you to assign the contract to another investor. This is a really powerful way of making a lot of money in real estate investing without ever actually owning any property. Doing wholesaling it's not easy. It's time consuming. It is a job. Okay, don't think that it's just easy, quick money. Being a wholesaler is a job, and it takes time and effort. But it is very financially rewarding, and you can put a lot of money in your pocket really by just doing one transaction here and there, especially if you have a full-time day job. But it exposes you to all the elements of being a real estate investor and gets you used to the processes, the forms, the paperwork, the contracts, etc. The next method that I want to talk about for investing in real estate when you don't have any money is the use of hard money lenders. If you're not familiar with hard money, let me explain what it is. Hard money is money that you borrow from a non-traditional lender. You're usually going to pay well above market rates. We're talking, as I'm recording this, interest rates are 4 or 5% for 15 and 30-year, fixed rate mortgages. But to a wholesaler, you're going to pay easily double that. You're going to pay 8, 12, maybe even 18%, depending upon the lender, the riskiness of the transaction, and what kind of relationship you have with the hard money lender. Hard money loans tend to only be for a maximum of 6 months, and they are typically in order to acquire properties that need some work. And also, unlike a traditional bank that is going to give you up to 80 or even 90% loan-to-value ratio, a hard money lender isn't going to give you anywhere near that. When you're using a hard money lender, the loan-to-value ratio is going to be, at best, 60 or 70% of the current fair market value of the property. And so there's a really simple formula for the maximum price you can pay for a house using hard money. And that formula is very simply the after repair value of the house. So in other words, what the fair market value of the home is going to be after you fix it up. So it's the after repaired value minus the cost of repairs, and then 60 or 70% of that number. So it's not uncommon for your maximum offer price on a house, because you're going to use hard money to pay the entire transaction. This is where you start getting houses at 30 and 40 and 50% of their after repaired value, because you have to take the ARV, the after repaired value, deduct the cost of repairs, deduct 30 or 40% for an equity position for the hard money lender, and then what you're left with is a pretty low ball offer on the house. But if it's a house that needs a lot of work, and you can get that work done within the time of the hard money loan, then you can fix and flip that house, and make a lot of money on it. Or you can simply refinance the hard money loan that you used to acquire the property using traditional financing once it's been appraised at a higher value because you've gotten the repairs done. That's how hard money works. Another option is the use of private money lenders. Private money lenders are kind of like hard money, but they tend to be non-institutional type lenders. So a hard money lender is going to be a company, and they are going to loan you money at hard money rates. Whereas a private money lender is somebody that you find or that you know that has money to invest, usually because they're tired of getting low returns on their money market accounts and certificates of deposit, and instead they're going to loan you this money in order to acquire real estate. Now, one of the things that you need to be careful with this is that raising private money to use to acquire real estate does tend to be a licensable occupation. And so you need to check with your state securities laws, because by creating a paper loan, you are creating a security. So check with your state securities laws regarding whether you need some sort of broker-dealer license for raising private money. Now, the way that a private money transaction is typically going to look like is you find a property, and by the way, this typically requires that you find a property with a lot of equity in it, because typically the private money loan is going to be the first position loan, and then you're going to ask the seller to carry back a small seller second, or to agree to a balloon payment 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, either with or without interest. That's how that kind of a deal is typically structured. The exit strategy for the private money lender is typically going to be much longer than a hard money lender. The private money lender is going to agree to a 3, 5, 10, 15-year time horizon during which you're making them payments on that loan. Next thing that we should talk about is buying a house subject to the existing financing. Subject to was all the rave 5, 6 years ago, and it's still a very effective mechanism for acquiring property. This is typically going to be a tactic that you're going to use to buy houses that are in good shape, that don't need a whole lot of repairs. And really what you're doing is you're stepping in and taking over the payments on the existing loan, essentially to save the homeowner from defaulting on their mortgage and having a foreclosure on their record. A lot of times you are going to create some equitable deal between the homeowner and yourself, where either you give them a little bit of moving money, or they agree to take a little bit of their equity now and the rest of their equity down the road in some sort of lump sum payment, or you're going to make payments on their equity over time, some arrangement like that. Now, it is important to point out that taking over a loan subject to the existing financing, it does trigger the due on sale clause. However, with the rates of foreclosures these days, a lot of banks are not pursuing that collection and calling that loan due. But it is a concern that you should be aware of. The next thing to look at is money partners. This can be similar to private money lenders, but the difference is that instead of paying them, as a loan, they're actually going to be partners in the transaction with you. For example, say you need $100,000 to acquire a property, and you have a money partner that will agree to a 50-50 split of the profits for the next 20 years in order to acquire a rental property. Well, you are going to manage the property, and the money partner is just going to literally be a silent partner. They're going to provide the money, you're going to acquire the property, and you're going to do all the management. And that's how you're going to earn your 50%. Similarly, you can have a credit partner. If your credit is bad and you don't have a lot of cash, then a common technique is to form an LLC where you and the credit partner are members of the LLC at whatever distribution you agree to, 50-50, 60-40, whatever, and the credit partner is going to take out a loan, line of credit, mortgage, etc., in the name of the LLC, but secured by their signature and their credit in order to purchase a property or fix one up. And then you're going to distribute profits out of the LLC. That way, you get the money that you need for buying a property and rehabbing it, but you don't have to necessarily have all the money. They can just use their credit. So here we have presented 6 different ways that you can invest in real estate without using your own money. There are several additional ways, but these are the 6 biggest ones that a lot of real estate investing gurus talk about. Thank you for joining me on this presentation. For free creative real estate investing tools and What's Working Now resources, please visit reimonthly.com. This has been Jason Bowman. Thanks for watching and have a great day.